Thank you. I want to start off tonight by finding a pair of pals. Are you two are you Zachy and Magnus? So Zachy and Magnus, I want to ask you a quick question. Are you guys a pair of pals? Great pals, good pals, best pals. Are you chums? Even maybe chums. Okay. So which one? Zachy and Magnus, I'm assuming. I know. And so let me hypothetical situation for you. Magnus, you're on a night out with Zachy, you've popped into a pub, you've doffed your cap to the barman, you've asked for 2 pints of bloody beers, right? And then you've asked for 2 more, ad infinitum, until you've drunk all the beers in the land. And so you've stumbled out onto the street, you're having a bit of a pass, and then suddenly Zachy falls over, and you need to get help. What do you do?
I phone someone.
Okay, an ambulance, okay, we're just someone. Mom! Zachy's gone mad again! Okay, well, that's a good answer, yeah. Phone an ambulance, put someone in the recovery position, do something like that, do something helpful. This is what I heard in my first night in Edinburgh. I'm living up above a pub, and on my first night here, it was a Saturday night, about 3 in the morning, these 2 sort of burly local chaps stumbled down onto the street. They clearly had all the beers in the world. They're having a lovely time, and suddenly one of them collapsed, and the other one shouted for all the world to hear, "I'll moon for help!" I will moon for help. How does that even work? Is that like 3 short moons, 3 long moons, 3 short moons? I mean, I think in the Freudian sense, the act of mooning is always a cry for help. I've never heard it framed in that way. It's one of the great regrets of my life that I never went to the window to have a look and see what was happening. But no, I heard a hushed reverence greet me as I entered the room, and little whispers going around. Who's this guy? I recognise him. Is he famous? I think he's a celebrity. And indeed I am a celebrity, for no doubt you are all avid readers of the Kent Messenger. Lots of Kent fans and a couple of Kentaholics, that's fantastic. Britain's best-selling local weekly newspaper, and after I won the Newcastle heat of this fine competition, they ran an article about me in here. There I is, comedian Jez on the fringe of success, a little article about me. And I thought maybe I'd just read it to you. Comedian Jez is on the fringe of success. I wasn't lying. A 21-year-old from Cranbrook, Kent, is on his way to being crowned the best student comedian in the UK. Jez Scharf gained himself a place at this year's Edinburgh Fringe Festival after winning a heat at Newcastle University. There can be no doubt now that Jez Scharf is the #1 comedy personality in Kent. Having overtaken Chris Langham. Well, I mean, it is a compliment, yeah. But, I mean, you always dream of being #1, but you sort of hope you'll get there on your own steam, really, don't you? Anyway, this will show you the quality of the Kent Messenger and the high journalistic standards that we hold. This is an absolutely true article on the opposite page. Reads as such: "Man forgets to read." What's he forgotten to read? What's he forgotten to read that is newsworthy in Britain's best-selling weekly local newspaper? Peter Smith, 32 of Staplehurst, awoke last Tuesday to discover he had forgotten how to read. That's how we roll in Kent. Pretty stunning stuff. Now, I'll tell you, the best thing about being a Kent celebrity, the best thing about being a Kent celebrity is the attention I get now from the people of Kent. A lot of autograph hunters. I do a lot of radio and TV down in Kent. A lot of children throw rose petals at my feet. A lot of tic-tac everywhere I go. A lot of carnivals for me. They just appear everywhere I go. It's fantastic. But the best thing I have to say about being a Kent celebrity is the fan mail I've been receiving. I've been receiving a couple of really lovely letters, so I thought maybe I'd share these with you now. Here we go. I received this one a couple of weeks ago. Dear Jez, I don't know if you remember me, but my name is Paul McLaughlin, and I bullied you in school for years 9 to 11. I remember you, Paul. I saw that article about you in the KM. Now, just a little Kent codes. KM means the Kent Messenger. We've taken the letters there. We're pretty smart down at Kent. I saw that article about you in the KM and was dead impressed. I always knew that you were the most talented man in the world. His words, not mine. I guess that's why I picked on you. I'm homeless now. And I have no prospects. And I'm so vile, repulsive and stupid that the big issue people won't even let me sell their magazine. They say, go away, Paul, you're not good enough for us. I'm also a junkie now. And I'm dead! You're the best, Jez, and all of Kent loves you. Kind regards, Paul McLaughlin. P.S. Did you see that article about the man who forgot to read? A similar thing happened to me, except I never learned to read in the first place! So, lovely stuff there, Paul. Thank you. Second letter here. I'll receive this a little while later. Dear Jez, I don't know if you remember me, but my name is Sarah Black, and I'm the girl you were secretly in love with for years 9 through 13. I remember you, Sarah. Don't know quite yet. You haven't quite heard it yet. Do you remember all the good times we had when we'd hang out and joke and have loads of fun and do all those sort of crazy cool things and just have loads of fun? And then I'd go off and date a stream of arrogant pricks you hated? Weren't they good times? They were not. I'm a slut now. And I have 15 different kids by 30 different fathers. I know that technically, in the 4 years since you last saw me, it's impossible to have 15 kids, but I've been such a massive slut, the whole process has sped up. I look around my house, which is made entirely of shit and broken dreams, and I think about how famous you are now, and I think about what might have been. Also, I'm dead! Kind regards, Sarah. So lovely stuff there. It's nice to meet you. As you can see, the letters have been endless. My name is Jez Scharf, thank you.